Hey guys, Danielle here again. Welcome back to my channel. So today I actually have a slightly different video for you guys because I want to take my channel into somewhat of a newer direction. But before I get into that, let me just point out that I have copper highlights in my hair now. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell because the lighting in here sucks for filming and my camera doesn't show the color of the highlights that well, but if you guys can tell, it's actually a little bit lighter. Yeah, I can see it on camera. I can see the copper on camera. So, yeah, I just decided I wanted to get copper highlights done, and so I went to the salon Saturday, and I got them done. So let me know if you guys like them. But today, actually, I'm going to be explaining some differences to my channel that will be coming soon. I want to create an uploading schedule. I think that I want to create a more efficient schedule for filming and uploading. I want to start with uploading, I'm thinking every Wednesday and Friday for filming and uploading. I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to be working out some type of a new schedule soon for all my uploads, for videos, for all sorts of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. I think I might, I don't know. But you guys can actually follow my blog. I have a blog on Blogger, which is a website where I post about some stuff. And I actually did do several reviews of Flash episodes, as well as an episode of Arrow. So if you guys want to check out my blog, you can. I think I might list it in the description below, but it's also listed underneath all my social media on my main YouTube page. So you guys should definitely check that out because on there I might post about uploading schedule, new videos of what's to come. I might post all my newer videos on there. I just want to take my blog and this YouTube channel into another direction that's more consistent, because I've been doing a lot of beauty, but I want to do more than just beauty. I want to share my passion for comic books now because I'm starting to love Flash and Arrow so much. So I've been really loving Flash and Arrow religiously. I've been watching Arrow so much lately. I've binge watched all of season 5, all of season 3, all of season 2, all of season 4. So I want to talk about my passions for the comics. I want to share this new passion that I have for this world that I'm just so in love with. And in addition to that, actually, today's video was actually supposed to be about something on The Flash. It's actually about The Flash Season 4 and what direction they could take the show into. So, as we saw in the finale episode, Barry went into the Speed Force to save Central City from the Speed Force storm, which was not something I was expecting at all. I was not expecting the huge storm at the end, but who's to say we could have expected what happened in Arrow with an island getting blown up into smithereens. So nobody was expecting what happened with Arrow, with the finale with Arrow. So yeah, Flash and Arrow, they both ended in ways that were pretty damn spontaneous. We can just say that much. So it ended with the Speed Force storm with the Flash, and Barry passes the torch over to Wally to become the new Flash to protect Central City. But we already know that's not going to last long because Grant Gustin is confirmed for the new season. So something tells me that Barry isn't going to stay in the Speed Force for very long. So there's just a lot of questions about the new villain this season. Like, the villain is going to be the Thinker. It's going to be Clifford DeVoe, who actually at one point got into Wally West's head and I think controlled him mentally. I'm not entirely sure. I don't read the comics, but there is a YouTuber that I can actually tell you guys about. His name is Nerdgasm, and he posts a ton of videos about Flash, about Arrow. They're very informative about the comic books and the origin stories of some of the villains, some of the heroes. So I highly, highly, highly recommend Nerdgasm's YouTube channel. He's a very small YouTuber, so I want to, direct you guys towards him. But thing is that, with the Flash this season, with the Thinker being the villain, I'm not entirely sure what to expect from it. All we know is what the heck happened to Caitlin, how long is Barry going to be in the Speed Force, what thoughts are going to be going on through Wally West's head, and in addition to that, another question is, what other version of Harrison Wells are we going to see? Because essentially, at the beginning of every new season, Tom Cavanaugh is essentially given a new character to play. So we just have a lot of questions rolling in our minds about the show and where they're going to go with it. When are Barry and Iris going to get married? Because I personally am looking forward to the West Allen wedding, because I am a huge, huge, huge West Allen shipper. Love Barry and Iris to death. Candace Patton and Grant Gustin, I love their chemistry. I love everything about the two of them together. So I can just say that I really don't think Barry is going to be in the Speed Force for very long. I really do think that they're going to be getting him out sometime before the big crossover event with Arrow, Supergirl, and DC's Legends. I really do think they're going to get him out of there before the crossover. I really do think so, because there is no way that he can just stay in the Speed Force for that long. But as I said, the YouTube channel Nerdgasm, he already made a video on how long he thinks Barry can stay in the Speed Force and what direction they can take with Barry, showing him in the Speed Force and all of that for the season. And he actually said that there was one comic book where Oliver Queen was actually close to death, where he was on the bridge of dying, and Barry appeared to him through the Speed Force talking to him, because Barry and Oliver's friendship was a real thing that happened in the comics. It was not just on the CW. They really did have a genuine friendship. They had a friendship with the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. So that is nothing new there. So if they show Oliver on the brink of death, on the edge of dying, and they show Barry in the Speed Force in Arrow, I really do think that could be an interesting thing to see. In addition to that, who else? Well, we have to discuss Caitlin, because Caitlin, she's not really herself right now. I mean, as far as we can tell, the Killer Frost persona pretty much died out. There's not too much Killer Frost left in her. She's not speaking weird. She doesn't have the glowing blue eyes or anything like that anymore, but she still has the white hair. She still has the ice powers, but she's insisting, I'm not Caitlin. I'm not Killer Frost. I'm not either of those things. I have to walk away. I have to find myself. And I don't know how they're going to be showing her in the first episode of the new season. I really don't know what direction they're going to take with Caitlin. But all I know is that I'm excited to see Caitlin sort of figuring out her identity. Who am I? Am I Killer Frost, or am I Caitlin Snow? So I really do think that that's going to be an interesting story to tell, and I think I want to see more of her and Julian. I really do want to see them try to rekindle that romance that they had, because they did have something there. But at the same time, there's a running joke with Flash fans, with Caitlin. It's how to lose a boyfriend in a certain amount of episodes. So I really don't know if Caitlin's going to find a steady love life. I do know that Cisco is trying to find something steady with Gypsy. So I really do think that we're going to be seeing Cisco and Gypsy. I really do want to see those two have something special. I really do think that Cisco and Gypsy had an amazing chemistry in the episodes that I saw them in together. So I really do think, I'm really hoping for something like that for Cisco, because let's just face it, him and Caitlin, they both need steady relationships for once. They need relationships that will actually stick. I feel like Barry and Iris and Wally and Jesse are the only ones in this show that have a romantic relationship that is actually starting to stick. And Joe and Cecile too. Joe and Cecile are having a relationship that sticks, and Cecile knows Barry is the Flash and that Wally is Kid Flash. So I'm curious to see how Cecile is going to be included more in the show in the new upcoming season. I'm really, really curious to see where they're going to take Cecile and Joe and see where they're going to take it. Another thing, with Arrow, this past season, we don't know who lived or died, so I'm curious to see that. Like, I know that people are, like, hoping for Evelyn Sharp to just be wiped off the face of the earth because they just hate her so much for having betrayed Team Arrow. They're like, I want that crazy bitch Evelyn gone, but I'm like, no, I want to see more Madison McLaughlin play a crazy psychopath teenager. I really was entertained by her. I really did love Madison McLaughlin in the role of Evelyn Sharp. I really think that she did a fantastic job, because that is not an easy thing to do, to play a teenager that has like a complete antisocial personality disorder, somebody that clearly is mentally ill and is a complete hypocrite. And she like played that role with flying colors, and she like acted the hell out of that role. And another curious thing with Arrow that I'm really, really curious to see is, are they going to bring back Rory Regan anytime soon? Because I loved Rory. I really did. I loved Rory Regan. He was such a great character. And I loved him and Felicity. It was like, finally, Felicity has another character that she actually talks to other than Curtis or Oliver. Well, actually, Felicity interacts with everybody, but Rory, definitely. It's like another character that she can talk to. But the fact that Rory left so suddenly and just, like, left, I was like, okay, but is he gonna come back? Like, that's my major thing, is Rory gonna come back? And another thing that I'm curious to see is Roy Harper. Like, I want to see Roy come back. Like, I know ultimately that is Colton Haynes' decision if whether or not he wants to come back to the show again, because as you guys know, he is actually filming American Horror Story. So I don't know if Colton is coming back anytime soon, but I really, really, really want to see him on the show again, because I miss Roy Harper. I miss Roy and Thea's little romance, what it is, because I love Roy and Thea together so much. But as far as who survived the island blowing up, well, we already know that Emily Bett Rickards and Echo Colum and Rick Gonzalez are all confirmed for next season. They are going to be back. Dinah Drake is coming back. We already also know that with Thea, I don't think the writers are going to kill her off, because the producers already said, Oliver's lost enough family. He's lost enough in his life. He doesn't need to lose another family member. So I really don't think that they are going to kill off Thea. And I really don't think they're going to kill off Dig either. They are not going to kill off John Diggle at all. Because as far as I'm concerned there, killing off John Diggle is like killing off Oliver Queen. Like, he is the most beloved character, so there is no way that they're killing off Dig anytime soon. So, as far as who survived, I don't know. I think Evelyn most likely didn't survive, because the last time we saw her, she was locked up in a cage, for God's sake. Really. And in addition to that, we already know that Malcolm Merlyn sacrificed himself for Thea, so that she could live and survive that landmine. But the thing is that, I'm not entirely sure if Malcolm Merlyn is dead. I mean, we all know that with Arrow, people that are dead tend to not be dead for very long. So, I really do think that, that Malcolm is going to come back because he had some water from the Lazarus pit. So, I really do think that Malcolm is going to come back. I do think that Nyssa is going to come back too. I'm curious to see if Nyssa even survived. I'm curious to see if Slade, survived the island. And in addition to that, Samantha Clayton. I just don't know if Samantha is going to live. Because I get it, she's the mother of Oliver's child. But I don't know if she survived. I really don't think she survived. I really don't think that Samantha survived the explosion on Lian because I just didn't see much with her character in season 3. No, not season 3, season 4. She just didn't really have that much development for me to see with her. She didn't really have that much for me to see. Like, I didn't really have a chance to, warm up with her. So, I really do think that Samantha is dead. I really do think so. And that's going to leave Oliver to be the only parent to his son. But in addition to that, we already know that Dinah survived because somebody leaked somehow a picture of the new Black Canary suit online. So we already know Dinah survived the island because if they leaked her costume on the internet somehow, I really do think that Dinah is alive. She is alive. I don't know how, but we're gonna see. We're gonna find out in the fall, but I'm itching with anticipation because, quite frankly, this is just making me much more excited for what's to come in October. And as far as what characters, I haven't really followed Legends or Supergirl, and I know I started out being very, very hardcore with Supergirl and DC's Legends, but in all honesty, I have to try to watch Supergirl again because as interesting as it is, for some reason I'm gravitating more towards Arrow. And in addition to that, with DC's Legends, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know about Season 2. All I know with Season 2 is that Reverse Flash came back. And we know that the Legends finished him off. And even though I haven't really followed Legends, I'm trying to. I think I'm going to watch Season 2, Episode 1 of Legends of Tomorrow today, most likely. I don't know. But all I know is that I have to get caught up on Legends because I am so far behind on Legends and Supergirl. I'm so far behind on both because I feel like when you're far behind on both shows, when you watch the crossover, you're like, okay, what the heck is going on? Especially with Supergirl this past season with the Flash musical and Mon-El, I had no idea who the hell Mon-El was. I had no clue who he was. I had no clue. And I had no idea, in all honesty, who the heck Mon-El was. So, in all honesty, I have to get caught up on Supergirl. All I know is that they introduced Superman on Supergirl in Season 2. So, I feel like I have to see that. I have to see that, but I have to get through the first season first. Now as far as the Flash goes, back to the Flash. Sorry, this video is just all over the place. But as far as the Flash goes, we already know that Wally isn't going to be the Flash for very long. He's actually going to have a lot of self-doubt in the start, and Keenan Lonsdale already said that before. He said that Wally is going to be facing a ton of self-doubt with as far as being the hero of Central City or trying to be the hero of Central City. So, as far as I know, Wally's not going to be the Flash for very long. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video because I don't know. And in addition to that, with Arrow, I don't know who the big bad's going to be. They didn't really show any hints as to who the big bad could be on the show. I really don't know who the big bad's going to be because Adrian Chase, I feel like, was the most successful villain that they've had. So, as far as I know, all I know is that in the fall I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on Flash and Arrow, so keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for Flash and Arrow videos coming in the fall. So that's all I have to say for this video, and I hope you guys like this video of me just rambling about comic books and my love for the shows and what's to come in the future. So if you guys like this video, you can comment down below, you can subscribe to my channel, hit the notification to be notified for videos, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!